Hello, beautiful souls. Stuck in traffic. I decided to do a vlog because I was just sitting in my car, not going anywhere anyway, and I just wanted to just talk a little bit about something that happened to me recently that was really interesting. And I don't have any Bible quotes or verses in this vlog. It's more just like me talking from my heart. Last Wednesday, I received some awards with my women's group for volunteering and helping in the community and being kind of a good example. And I'm not saying this to brag or explaining this to brag about it. I am saying this because I was completely and totally humbled. I was shocked. I had no idea I'd be getting anything. When I went to the meeting, I thought it was just going to be, like a dinner and women, networking and, maybe a couple other things in there that they had planned, but I didn't know I would be receiving anything. And for about 2 weeks, I was kind of asking God, praying, Lord, please give me a sign that the things I do make a difference, or that I am the work I'm doing is important, like these videos, with the Bible study every week and, volunteering, donating to charity, my time and money and resources. Is this really helping anyone? Does this really matter? Is this really making a difference to anyone? And even if it's one person. And that was my first sign that I had gotten, was attending that meeting. And I said, thank you, Lord, when I left the meeting, for that, answering my prayer, showing me that sign. And I really wanted to explain that God does answer prayers. You just have to be open to those small, subtle signs that He gives you. When I walked, or during the meeting, here's another sign that happened. I have a friend who's in the group. She's an accountant. Sorry, I just started moving. She's an accountant, so I wanted to ask her a couple questions about like investing, and she does like the financial advising, and I just wanted to like talk to her about a few things. And she mentioned something about her church, and I said, well, what church do you go to? And she said St. Mary's in Wayne. And to me, I'm probably the only one this would be a sign for, but God knows that. My grandmother was a member of that church for 60 some years. My father and my uncle went to that school until they went to like junior high or high school, the St. Mary's Catholic School in Wayne. So for me, that was a sign that to hear of all of the thousands or millions of churches in the area of Michigan, that we live in, Southeast Michigan, that church was the church. So that was kind of a sign. It definitely got my attention. And it was related to church too, which is a kind of a sign that the things I'm doing as a minister might be actually being effective, and that I am helping people. And I guess I just needed some confirmation. So I thought, thank you, Lord. When I was leaving the meeting, I was walking outside. Thank you so much for, these confirmations from, these awards I got, and talking to my friend. And that was a great confirmation. Those little signs. Thank you for answering my prayer. And I looked up, and it had just rained, and it had ended and kind of passed over when I walked outside. All of the clouds were gray and dark, and then there was this little tiny ray of light, like sunshine, through the clouds. When I looked up, it was like it was saying to me, there's a lot of hard times, or you go through a lot in your life. To me, this was my my interpretation of it was that God wanted me to see that light right then. But there's always a good part of it, or there's always some dark with light, or there's always some light shining through. And maybe everyone else is negative or thinks what you're doing is really silly or a waste of time, but you can be the light that leads them and shows them that it isn't. And people might be naysayers or not understand what your purposes are, but that little light told me that I can be a light, and I can be positive amongst all the darkness. And it gave me a little ray of hope too, is another thing that I got from it, like a little light shining of hope. So I thought that was really interesting. And then I thought that God was done showing me or telling me in these subtle ways answering my prayer, that what I'm doing is somehow helping someone or making a difference. And I actually went on a date with someone about 2 weeks ago, and I had told him about the videos I made, and he asked me, can I see one? So I sent him a link to one of the videos, and he told me that he had been asking God to help him to understand the Bible, because he's tried to read it before and it's so overwhelming to him and it's very hard for him to understand, and that my video really explained to him a lot of things about the Bible in an easier way so he can understand them, and he thought that was really great. And that humbled me and helped me in my heart so much, because I don't know everyone who is watching the videos, or if, you know, people who watch them that are in my family pass them along to their friends, or people see them on Facebook, or how or when people see them. But that little confirmation he gave, that was actually the point I said in my first video that I ever made, which was October of 2015, was I hope I can explain the Bible so it's easier for people to understand and help them to learn more about the Bible and about what the Bible's trying to teach us, you know. And he confirmed that, and I didn't ask him, you know, to specifically tell me anything like that. He said it himself, and obviously he'd been praying to God to meet someone that can help him with the Bible, and then I guess I was kind of helpful in that, and that God must have set me in his path, because nothing happens by accident. So that was amazing. Now, I never saw him after that date. I don't know really what happened, but I guess we just weren't a match, and it wasn't meant to be to date him for, you know, until the end of time. But the fact that he said that maybe he watched, or he said he watched a few of my videos after that, actually. So maybe that really did, you know, get him started on his path that he needed to take for his purposes. And I just thank God for that. So I guess this vlog really is just about, you know, God does answer prayers. Don't lose hope. And if you look for the answers to your prayers in small, subtle signs, God always answers your prayer. The answer may be not right now. The answer may be no. The answer may be yes, and this is what I want to say about it. The answer may be through different people. The answer may be, you know, these signs from like the weather or whatever it is. But whatever it is, you will get your answer if you're open to it and you believe. And I hope this helps someone. I'm going to be making more videos with the Bible study, the regular ones I do, usually at home or in my office, pretty soon. And I've learned a lot about YouTube over this past, you know, months of doing this. And I found a new technique I'm going to use with the videos. I hope it helps to make them come out more timely and to come out a little better quality. So thank you so much for watching, and I love you all, and have a blessed day.